Good morning, folks. JP, Moco Woodsman out here in the hardwoods, back here at the Four Corner Station camp this morning, and we're going to be doing some fires today. We're going to get a little fire going. We're going to char some punk wood. I've already collected 3 different types of punk wood this morning. I'm just going to restock on some supplies. I'm trying to get away from char cloth and use, something you can gather off the land more frequently, which is the punk wood. So I got this nice little grapevine bird nest that I found, fell out of a tree. Must have been some little critter's nest over the winter probably, but it's good and dry. I collected this a couple weeks ago, so we're gonna get a fire going. Stay tuned. I am using a little bit of tow, and there's actually some birch bark in this, so it was mixed up in there already, but you could substitute that tow with tulip poplar inner bark or any, whatever your preferred inner bark is. Then we got a little bit of existing charred punk wood and more containers ready to roll once this fire gets going. Alright, so while I wait for this fire to take off, real quick, I was using some nice tulip poplar as my smalls to get that going. It's great stuff. Tulip poplar is definitely one of my favorites. Dogs are just out there running, having a good old time. And as you can see, it looks white, which makes it easy to find. For instance, I think I picked all that up right here. There's probably still a few pieces laying around here. So yeah, you can just find this stuff easy enough laying right on top. As the tree grows and the small branches die, you can see there's one right there ready to come down with the bark all peeling off and white. This is a young one, but as the trees grow, all these under branches are going to die and drop and collect at the base of the tree, and it's just absolute great fire source. Tulip poplar is my go-to in these woods. Here's a prime example of a tulip poplar, that branch I picked up. You can just see all this bark. You find it, it just peels right off. And that's your inner bark's in there. You're gonna separate that. You're gonna break this down. This is gonna be great fire tinder. This would replace that tow I used on the fire. The one thing about tulip poplar, though, that you want to take into consideration is it burns extremely fast. So it's great if you're just trying to have a little quick fire, maybe do a pot of coffee and call it a day. But if you're trying to do a sustainable or a more longer term fire, where maybe you want to do some cooking, you're going to want to find some better hardwoods to add to it after you get it going, which is what I've done. Started it with tulip poplar, and I've got some good ash under there, and using some good ash for the hardwood to get the fire going. Tulip poplar is good for bow drills as well. I've done several fires, or fires. I think I've done a video on it. If I haven't, I'll probably go back and do one. Extremely good for bow drill. Stay tuned. All right, so these have all charred, all 4 tins. About to check them out, see which one works the best. Yep, that one took. Got one burning there. All right, so after checking them all, these were the ones that went the best. And as you can see, the one I had, which I pitched it didn't go at all, which I was kind of curious if it would, but they just break right off real easy. Nice, soft, spongy pieces. And this stuff here is really spongy. You can squeeze it. All right, so here's the latest batch. As you can see, turned out pretty good, I think. Don't mind that bacon sizzling in the background. That's for me, that's not for you. Yep, she took right off. Close that back up. Perfect. So, a little inspiration from some recent videos on YouTube. Pretty sure you'll know who I'm talking about if you follow him. But you got the old magnifying piece of piece of punk charred wood. I'm amazed at how fast this goes. Got smoke. I don't know if you can see that. All right, folks, thanks for joining me on this little video. So, punk wood, that's where it's at. Don't gotta worry about cloth. You find stuff like this, breaks right off, breaks right in pieces, nice, soft, and spongy. That's what you want. Really impressed with that magnifying glass, how that took that, I mean, 3 seconds maybe, and I had smoke. So definitely gonna be looking into that a little quicker than the flint and steel, I think. So, but thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video.